We've got ourselves a new game today, and it's Breath of Fire 3. This was a PlayStation title way back in 1997, and it's always been one of my favorite RPGs to play. So when I got the chance to do it again, I obviously said yes. I wasn't gonna hide away from it. I played it last year, I played it this year, and 20 years on, it's still a really good experience, but I'll go over in all that in a minute. First off, we have ourselves a little intro cutscene. And yes, this was before voice acting, so yay, I get another chance to do it. Let's see how I do. No Kefka-type characters today, which is unfortunate, but hey, I'll do my best. Play it straight. A dragon? I don't know about this. Come on! It's really high-quality stuff. When magical beings die, their bodies slowly transform into the ore known as Chrism. The dragons tried to destroy the world. Yep. Fought a huge war. The war. I sure wouldn't want to meet a dragon. Do you know what game you're in? Yeah, but they're extinct now. Sure they are. Even the legendary dragons, whose might shook the world, having death become a source of energy in the form of Chrism. Well, even the baddest beast dies in the end, like everyone else. No one knows how or why the mighty dragons became extinct. Yeah, just carve up bone. That's gonna liven up the dead. That's gonna make you feel much better about yourself. This tale is dedicated to the dragons. So here we go. Now, a little bit of a backstory. This game was made in 1997. I was 12 when this came out. And this was before I'd even played stuff like Final Fantasy and Persona and things like that. I knew about them, but I wasn't, like, totally invested in JRPGs like I am now. And, like, this game is, like, my first foray or so, because at the time I was still like Nintendo, whatever, Final Fantasy VII, of course, came out and was kind of the big one, but then this came out at the same time, probably the less fanfare, of course, but you gotta think, two games of this caliber back to back, and I'm just like, okay, well, there's all this other stuff coming out, like Crash Bandicoot and Tekken and Resident Evil, of course, Metal Gear Solid, and those are all great games and all, but there's just something about the style and aesthetic of these, slow building, world building, and expansive games that always struck me. And this was more medieval fantasy. Final Fantasy VII was modernized steampunk and sci-fi, so it gave you two different real feels. And what I think Breath of Fire 3's strength is, and the series as a whole in a sort of extent, is that they don't do everything well. But when you dig deep into their mechanics, they do a lot of interesting things. They allow you a lot of customization, specifically 3 and 4, which is widely considered the better ones. Of the two, I think I love the ambiance of the more medieval fantasy that this world presents than 4, but we'll get to both, and, of course I'll play Breath of Fire 4 with, new eyes, having played it in like 10 or 15 years. But the battle system has a lot of uniqueness. The character progression system has a lot of uniqueness. The dragon system alone is just, like, what Ryu can do and what he can become is so ridiculously OP in any fashion that it almost makes him a one-man army. And then, you've got decent characters, you've got decent writing, you've got a good kind of like, what is this whole story about? Like a mystery involved. And we'll get into all of those things. Another big thing is one of the mini games. There are a lot of bad ones, but there's a big mini game that puts a lot of other versions in a lot of other games to shame. And remember, this was not a modern game with all the collectathons and side questing and stuff. This was made back when games were standalone, simple. You get what you get, and you just go with it. Is it everyone's cup of tea? I don't think so, but it's always stood the test of time with me, and I think it does everything well. And the niggles and the annoyances are so minute eventually that it just kind of makes up in the good category. It's been one of my favorite games for 20 years, and I'm really glad I get back to it. The stuff will make itself apparent as we go. So let's see what happens with those two dorks in the mine, shall we? So message speed fast, because of course you can change this stuff. Maybe I like the darker one a little bit better. You can change the backgrounds, you can change it. Auto run, obviously. I think I know my way around. You can reset the default, but let's go. So you don't have to see the intro cutscene, but it does help explain what happens when you actually boot up the start menu. Because you get introduced to these idiots. Okay, explosives are set. What is this? An egg or something? You see ones like these every so often. Well, I'll be. Come on, let's get to work already. Oh, he's not happy. So yes, this is a problem. What the? It's still alive? Whoa! Oh, you stupid fools! And we're fighting. And yes, this form of dragon is known as a whelp. So you can fight. Again, this is very simplistic. I'll go over these more later. So you got your skills and spells, you got your normal attack, you got your defense. So this is half damage. You can use items, you can examine an enemy, which goes into the ability system later. You can basically just rush the enemy and keep fighting until one of you dies, or you can run away. Or you can even just hit him. But to finish this up first, Whelp Breath, damage altered by HP. That means if you have more HP, you do more damage. But for the sake of this battle, yeah, they're boned. No, I can't use the Hi, everybody. I can't use the menu screen, but I'm a dragon. I shall say hi. These guys are dead, so let's loot them. I said let's loot them. He's not moving. Gee, you think? I found melted blade, you don't say. So I've played this game about 5 or 10 times or so. I have know my way around. A dragon? Alive? It doesn't matter what you say. Dragon! Dragon! You can go in there and fight some dudes. I'm not afraid. Let's get it. You should be. You should be afraid of me. And they're dead too. Smells burnt. Looks like he's dead. Yeah, hi, buddy. I think I wet my pants. Nope, he's just afraid. Cool. What's that? Somebody help! Somebody help me! What's this about a dragon, huh? So it does that little phase in, phase out thing for battles. Well, let's take it alive. And this is the first real battle. Or so we think. No! Don't! Huh? Take that! Okay. Dragons do not like getting hit right in the head with heavy objects. Who knew? Yeah, he is shaking the cage trying to get out. Or at least he was. So if you just don't do anything, the screen will just never end. So I like the bass line in this. It's pretty simple. Oh, that poor pig. Oh, that poor pig. Darn it! I don't get many chances like that anymore. Oh, come on. What's making that racket? Oh, that'd do it. Oh, brother. This is just what I needed. That'll teach you to scare off my dinner. You too! Who might you be? An orphan? You're lucky those cures didn't chew you to pieces. I don't have enough food to feed you anyway. Even if I did take you home. What the... Mommy? All right. All right already. Uncle Ray will take you home. This wasn't like the Phoenix Cave one. My eyes was just being nuts. You better appreciate this. I just woke up. Streamer trick: try to shower before you stream or record, so that like sweat and things don't get in your eyes and crap. I wonder, what are you doing out there by yourself, huh? And without a strip of clothing. So Ray is known as a Warren. You'll see those characters here and there in the Breath of Fire franchise. Basically cat people, or humanoid cat hybrids, you know. So, yes, there are cat girls. There was one in Breath of Fire 2, so you don't have to ask. Where's Ray? I'm hungry. He's home. Hi, Ray. Welcome home. Is it dinner? Boy, you'll eat anything, won't you, Tipo? Who is that anyway? And before anybody asks, Tipo is a guy. I was confused too. Because Japan does these things all the time. Ryu, they make it obvious because he's in the box art and all that stuff. But Tipo, he's a guy. I never knew that until like 2 or 3 playthroughs in and be like, why does Japan do these things? I mean, the purple hair and all that stuff. I mean, he is short in stature, but he's the same age as Ryu, so whatever. Don't ask me. Let's get him into your bed, okay? So Tipo's the bratish type. So, who is he? I told you. I don't know. I found him in the woods. Really? Sounds like what happened to me. An orphan. Not surprising. It's been a lean year. Well, why don't we just let him sleep while we go to the village? If we don't get some food... Somebody abandoned him. Just like me. You're new. Don't you see? You're the same as me. You must understand. They're weak, pitiful, and pathetic. That's right. Oh, shit. Ryu. My. Ryu. So, great foreshadowing. I'm up. Where did I get these clothes? So, Ryu's a silent protagonist, so get used to him just making noises. But we found ourselves a diary. Do you want to make a record? Yes. So, every time I save, I get a chance. Because just like any old school game, there is no autosave, there is no other stuff. So, yeah, no save file found. Of course not. So here we go. So I don't have my old save file. Fair enough. And let's see. Yeah, this is good enough early spot call video. But yes, I am Ryu. I am wearing pajamas. I am in a bed. I am in a place with other orphans who want to kill stuff for food. And I'm also a dragon. So see you guys next time.